Hi, this is another boxer video from InYourSink.com. Today we're working on a KitchenAid side-by-side Superba refrigerator. The water dispenser broke. The ice dispenser's working, it's just not dispensing the water. We don't know why. So basically you're going to need just a few tools. Phillips head screwdriver or on a drill like I have here. You're also going to need a zip tie, medium-sized zip tie, something to cut it with, and a pair of hemostats. All right. So anyhow, and of course something to pry the cover off a flathead screwdriver. I would use a larger panhead flathead screwdriver, maybe two of them. And how you go about doing it is you don't have to take all the stainless steel dressing off of the unit. I did. So whether you have stainless steel dressing on it or if it's just a black unit, basically the cover for the controls for the water and ice control just pops off. Just right behind the middle, if you go above the crush and go above the light on, just up here, if you pry just behind it with two screwdrivers at the same time, you can pop it off and it comes right off. And as you can see right here where my screwdriver's pointing, there is a little notch here, a little notch here on the end, and a notch over here. And that's basically how this cover hangs on it and pops on. So if you want to get it back on, you just, sort of get your fist and pop it back on. Okay, so we pop it off, and under here, let's switch positions, cameraman, is that the control panel is, you have two micro switches. One micro switch here for the ice, and you'll see there's a white little bracket at the front and at the back. They're real cheap. So what happens is the micro switch over here had one break off. That's the one that controls the water. So basically what I've done is I've went ahead and took the plastic clips off altogether because they're just flimsy, and I snaked in a zip tie and zip tied this micro switch in place. And sometimes you'll have to position it either a little to the right or a little to the left, whichever, because when you go down here where to get the water, like so, it's all up to how it's positioned. Now again, since I'm a little advanced technician, I have not unplugged the unit, but I would recommend that you do unplug your refrigerator because there is some electricity in here and you don't want to get shocked or hurt. So the first thing you want to do is definitely unplug the refrigerator, but I just didn't do it. So anyhow, basically the zip tie is holding it, the micro switch in place. All I need to do is cut what's left over of this zip tie. Let me go ahead and do that while I'm on camera. And like so. And then all I have to do now is before I put the cover on, I'm going to make sure the water's still dispensing. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on like this. All right, give it a pop, pop, and that's it. That's on. So as you see now, it's dispensing the water, it's dispensing the ice, okay? So basically, always make sure that your micro switches work. A good way to check is when you go to push it in, if you don't hear that little clicking from that micro switch, then it's definitely not a micro switch that needs to be replaced, but the brackets might just be broken like this one. So, and a lot of times if the brackets are broken and you push the micro switch in, it could be a bad micro switch. So it could be either a micro switch or a bracket, either or. So don't waste your time going from the water, where the water's connected to the refrigerator or anything like that. I just go right to this control panel to begin with. All right, so great. Another one knocked out from Boxer Videos at InYourSink.com. Keep visiting us back for more informative repairs.